Hey everybody, I said I would discuss the writing assignment for this week, so let me share my screen and walk you through the assignment. So if you see in chapter 1, there are two options for the writing assignment. So I've actually taken those options and I've actually just copied and pasted them into the assignment, a little bit of an adaptation, but the whole point of this writing assignment is to build onto the short writing assignment from week 1, which was the writing spaces assignment, as well as using the ideas that you have jotted down in your journal. So I want you to refer to your observations from week 1, as well as any thoughts or ideas from your journal entry, and incorporate them into this assignment. So the first option that the textbook has you looking at is called challenging and exploring your conceptions about writing. So remember, for the journal assignment, we started out with those 5 prompts. Writing is, good writers do or are, writers are influenced by, and learning to write involves. So now that you've finished reading chapter 1, your ideas may have changed a little bit. So for those of you who want to write a more academic or take a more academic approach to this writing assignment, I thought I would present this option to you. So I want you to choose one of the topics from those prompts, writing is, good writing is, etc., and compose a piece of about 500 to 750 words. And the idea here is to explain that idea or your conception about writing that interests you and why you feel it matters to learners that they have an accurate conception of that idea. So explain any aspect of the idea or conception that might conflict with common misconceptions about it that your readers might have, or that you commonly see in school or in movies or books. So some of the questions that I want you to think about for this option is I want you to think about your chosen audience, right? So who do you want to share those ideas with? Why? What do you think those people might expect? Where do they typically get their information? What are they likely to read? And what do those texts look like? And that is going to dictate to you the genre that you choose for this composed piece. So you may choose to write a letter to a past teacher. I need to correct that. I have a spelling error there. Sorry about that. You could write a letter to the editor. You could take the form of a blog post or a Facebook post, or if you want to, a short academic essay. 500 to 750 words, that is roughly 2 to 3 double-spaced pages. It's fine if you want to cut yourself off at 500 words, that's fine. I don't want you to really overthink it. I just want you to play with these ideas and play with audience and play with genre, and think a little bit more about writing, okay? There's no outside information that you need to pull in other than what you have read in the textbook. So if you want to quote something that Wardle and Downes mention in one of those transfer concepts in the text, then you can incorporate that. So the bottom part here, what makes it good? Again, this is from the textbook itself. Ensuring that what you are writing is thoughtful and supported by meaningful examples is the first priority for writing well here. You need to decide who you want to communicate the information with and why. And if you write appropriately for that audience and the purpose that you have in mind, and if you reflect and make it a thoughtful and well-supported claim, you'll accomplish your goals. Now, the second option here is for those of you who want to take a little bit more of a creative approach to it. Not that the first one isn't creative, it certainly is creative. You're playing with genre and audience and that kind of thing. But this one is actually incorporating visual images. So this one is what is writing and how does it work in the world? It's a collage with an artist statement. So the first part is to create a multimodal collage using whatever media you find appropriate and useful. So if you are the type of person who wants to do some hands-on work, if you're an artist and you want to cut out pictures and paste them onto a piece of paper, that's typically what a collage is, go for it. Or you can do a digital creation. You don't have to really overthink it, and you don't have to put tons of work into it. It's just the idea of playing with images to illustrate what you've learned this week about writing, what it is, how it works, and what makes it effective. So you want to decide what you want your collage to say and how you would like to express those ideas. Again, as I said, you can use paper with images, you can use digital or electronic images, you can make 3D images, that choice is yours, but be sure that what you create actually illustrates the ideas you've been researching this week. So if you choose to use a non-digital collage, you'll need to take a photo of your finished project that can then be copied and pasted into your artist statement document. So then the second part of this is once you have done your collage, you need to write a short artist statement. An artist statement explains your message and your decision making. I know that some of you are in DAAP, so you might be familiar with the artist statement. And if you've taken an art class and you've had to do a presentation, you should be familiar with an artist statement. It should be roughly, again, 500 to 750 words. That's about 2 to 3 pages, double spaced. And I want you to answer these questions. What is the message of this collage? Why did you use the materials that you used? How did you come to the ideas and conclusions in this collage? And what do you want viewers to understand differently after viewing your collage? So again, you can go up to this prompt here if you're looking for ideas of what do I want to represent? Something about writing. Writing is, good writing is, what good writers do, that kind of thing. You can look at those prompts for ideas and then answer these questions in your artist statement. So for ease of submission, remember to please paste the image of your collage into your document and then follow that with your artist statement. So what makes it good? This collage is an alternative to a traditional papers, alternative to a traditional writing assignment. It's going to ask you to share your research findings about writing using media beyond traditional alphabetic text. It's effective if the collage clearly reflects and shares what you learned during the week, that you logged your writing practices, and if your choices in creating the collage are deliberate and thoughtfully explained. The final goal of the assignment is to change your viewers' ideas about writing and to prompt them to think and ask questions about how writing works in their lives. In other words, the goal is for both you and the viewers of your collage to engage deeply with threshold concepts about writing. So, whichever option you choose, remember, this is more informal writing assignment. I don't want you to overthink it too much. I don't want you to get totally stressed out about it. The goal is to get about 500 to 750 words down on paper. If you choose to work with the visual images for the collage, that's fantastic. I just wanted to give you some options. You know, if that appeals to you, fantastic. If it doesn't, then go with option 1. The goal is to provide you with a different way of expressing ideas about writing, whether it's through visual imagery or through the use of a different writing genre. This assignment is really a stepping stone to the first major essay project, which is the literacy narrative. So always keep in mind your own relationship with writing. Make sure that you have a paper heading or page, a title page according to your chosen style format. If you're using MLA, you know how to do that. You know, I have the resources links in our homepage, or a link to the resources page on our homepage, so that you can find how to do that information. Make sure you have identifying information, including your name, instructor's name, the course name, and the date. You're not required to have a title for this assignment, but you might want to indicate whether you've chosen option 1 or option 2. That's really up to you. I mean, it'll be pretty evident when I take a look at it. Make sure you format using 12-point font, double spaced with 1-inch margins, and save your document as a doc, docx, or PDF. Again, this is due Sunday, the 23rd. There is and it's 10 points. There is a rubric. Just so you know what I'm looking for, I am going to give you a point or partial credit for the formatting, making sure that you follow these guidelines that I have set above. Effectiveness, you get up to 3 points of that your submission effectively reflects learning concepts of the week. There's content, I'm looking for you presenting your original and creative ideas, and then the context, the fact that you've considered audience, purpose, and genre in your assignment. So we have up to 3 points, 3 points, 3 points, and then 1 point for a total of 10 points. So good luck with this. Again, I hope it's not too confusing, and I really don't want you to stress out about it. It's just kind of this stepping stone to prepare you for the literacy narrative project. Just to get you thinking about all the various things that go into writing, right? We've talked about the rhetorical situation in this week's lecture. So I want you to think about all of those various things that come into play when you're dealing with a certain writing or rhetorical situation, right? Okay. If you have any questions, let me stop sharing that. If you have any questions, you know how to get in contact with me. So I hope you enjoy this, and I am looking forward to reading and seeing what you present this week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.